let's try that. I don't know what's going on here, but let's see. So let's see what we got here. So hopefully it's back. Connect. I don't know what was going on with the audio. Hopefully you can hear me now. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It's like that commercial, right? So let me know in the chat if you can hear everything for it. So it should be live, should be good. Should be there too. I can't see. Can't totally see it now. So let's see. Can we see this now? No, I can't see stuff. I don't know what the problem is here too. So can you see everything all right? Because my thing is... All right. So I don't know what's up with that. Hold up. I think it's got two different audios. Let me try this. Let's remove that. Let's see. Hopefully that got rid of it. I don't know if that's all right. And we should be good now. I don't know. So, all right. Sorry. Did it get better? Did it get... All right. Let's stop this. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I had two different audio things. I don't know. It's been one of those days, one of those weekends, one of those months, one of those years. So, all right. There we go. So, what's going on, my PT peeps and my Walking Dead family on there, too? So, today is July 7th, 7/7/2019. Hopefully, you guys are having a good weekend. We're going to talk about Fear the Walking Dead or Walking Dead on there as well. So, yeah, we got that for it. So, I want to talk about a couple things. For I rented and I still have. I'm going to return it today. Days Gone. So I got to about 41% of the main story on there too in 1 day rental, and pretty cool. I'm excited to play it. I'm going to go back to returning it and then come back and play it another time because it's a little expensive to me and also the time to play it. But Fear the Walking Dead season 5 episode 6. It airs tonight. It aired Friday. It aired, for some people who had the AMC premiere. And I have to say that reading the spoiler summary and the potential spoilers, I don't know about this episode. I haven't seen it yet, and I'm just like one of those things where I'm just talking about it. And it's hilarious because people love to hate anytime somebody says something remotely negative about a show. They're like, if you don't like it, why do you talk about it? If you don't like it, why do you do this? If you don't want to do this, blah, blah, blah. You got supporters for the show through thick and thin, no matter what. You got people who support it unconditionally, people who hate it no matter what you do, people who, if you remotely say anything negative about it, they're like, no, it's terrible, you're terrible, why do you talk about a show, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'm just talking about it from my standpoint of it as a thing with, okay, the show doesn't really have the best identity. That's Fear the Walking Dead I'm talking about, by the way. So Fear the Walking Dead season 5 is a show that is giving us a little taste about it. CRM, a big connecting point. But they're going to stretch it out as long as they can, I say in the video too. And it's one of those things where the show to me doesn't have a great identity. And if you think about the first 3 seasons of it, it's one of those things where you're like, okay, it wants to be in the Walking Dead universe, but not connected to the show. And you're like, really? It's interesting because I don't think that makes sense. It has the Walking Dead in the name. So it should connect with that universe. But initially, it wanted to be its own separate thing, away from the show, California style, family drama, all this stuff on there too, right? So it's like, man, okay, I can buy in a little bit. I love the Walking Dead universe, so I'm going to watch it, right? I'm going to watch it. And then you're dealing with all this stuff. You think about the show, think about the drama, stuff that doesn't make sense, stuff that doesn't make sense at all. And then you're like, okay, I still like the show. I like Daniel. I like Nick a little bit. Travis is okay. Season 2, 3, 4, 5. They've been all over the place. They've been in California. They've been in Mexico. They've been on a boat. They've been on a plantation. They've been in a stadium. They've been in the woods. They've been on an airplane. They've been all over the place. All over the place, more you can think of too. And just as they're all over the place, the show is all over the place. That's kind of like a microcosm of the writing, in my opinion, too. So I'm thinking that the show is, I don't think it should be 16 episodes, personally, because I don't know if they have the right content for 16 episodes. You know, I just watched Stranger Things. I don't really want to talk about it too much for those who haven't seen it, but season 3 was very good, and it was only 8 episodes. Now, what if you stretched it out for 10 episodes, 13 episodes, 16 episodes, but you only have enough for 8 episodes, right? You have to have the right amount of writing for the right amount of episodes for it. So I hope that it makes sense for the rest of the season for Fear the Walking Dead. We're going to get 16 episodes. They wrapped up the final season, the second half of season 5, you know, a couple weeks ago now. And it's like, okay, we're getting there, right? Then we get a little taste of CRM. And everyone's excited, right? Because we should be, because it's connected to Rick. It's connected to something that we love, The Walking Dead, Rick Grimes. I don't know anybody who doesn't like Rick Grimes. Some people might not like Daryl or Carol or Maggie or this or that, but you gotta like Rick somewhat, right? He was the face of The Walking Dead. He was the person of The Walking Dead. He was the main guy. And now that he's not going to be on The Walking Dead, he's going to be in the movies, I'm excited to see how it goes to connect with the whole entire universe, right? And I'm thinking that I want to know more about CRM. And they give you a little information. And then we get a thing, and it's an episode basically about them and Althea, and we didn't really get much information about it, right? Which is okay. If they build for the future, it's kind of a disappointment. But then I got the information about the episode tonight, episode 506, and I didn't think we were going to get anything about the helicopter people. But to me, I haven't seen the episode again. I'm just putting it out there for the spoiler information and what people have told me and what I've read about it. So what I'm reading about it, it sounds like it's not going to be that great. And what I've heard, it's not that great. Some people love it, no matter what it is. And as I was making the Fear the Walking Dead video, there's some people that whatever the Fear the Walking Dead does, it's gonna be great to them, no matter what they do. They could bust out a song and dance, and we're gonna make it. Zombies over there, Morgan over here, and people are like, I love this song and dance number. I loved it. It was great. And you're like, what? What are you talking about, right? And then the other side is that people hate it no matter what. They still watch it on there too. You know, I'm in between. I like it for different reasons, hate it for different reasons. You know, it's just one of those things where it's like, all right, I like it. I don't like it. Doesn't make sense. It's all over the place, right? But what I'm seeing is a pattern here that Morgan and Alicia and everything, they want to take the kids, but the kids don't want to leave. If they don't want to leave, then just leave it alone. Leave it alone already. I mean, we got a zombie apocalypse here, and we're trying to worry about kids. If they don't want to leave, let them be, Morgan. Worry about yourself. Get out of here. Go somewhere else. You know, it just doesn't make sense. And then we have the Sherry Dwight angle that we're going to wait to hear about that. They're going to stretch that out to the end of the season. CRM, John and June. Logan, is that ever going to come back? And I just don't know what's up with... Are we ever going to get explanation? Was it the kids that did the head thing? That put the heads on the sign? Is that what it was? Because we know they made the roadblocks, but they put the heads in the trees. I don't know. I mean, we just don't know. I would assume so, right? But the show doesn't explain everything. We have to assume certain things, or we have to watch an after show to see certain things, or we have to see certain things for it, right? And it's cool to watch two different shows, and I miss Talking Dead. I miss Chris Hardwick and all that stuff, and the extra reward points and all that stuff too. But to me, there wasn't like a show after The Sopranos, or a show after Friends, or a show after Seinfeld, or House, or Grey's Anatomy, or Breaking Bad. You know, there weren't like things that had to be watched all the time. Stuff came later to continue on for the continuation discussion and stuff to talk about it in a community feel, which I get that, but sometimes it feels like you have to watch Talking Dead to understand what you just watched in the episode. And I'm like, I don't know. So, but either way, we'll see what happens for it. And, you know, it's just one of those things that people just complain about people complaining. And I'm not complaining about the show. It might sound like I'm complaining, but it might be me being from New Jersey. It might be me, how I'm talking about things. It might be my accent, my explanation, and just how I am. But I'm liking season 5 of Fear the Walking Dead overall. I think it's a better step in the right direction for the show, even though it's campy, it's cheesy, and I kind of feel like it's jumping the shark. I feel like it had, or it's going to, or it's on the cusp of just doing some ridiculous stuff. And I kind of feel like we're kind of around there too. So on there as well. Yeah, Maria, I definitely got to watch Stranger Things season 3. I thought it was very good. I thought it was a good thing. And it's one of those things you got to binge watch to see how it goes down. I also didn't really do anything for 4th of July. I stayed home, had fireworks from the distance. We watched all of Stranger Things. And I would definitely like the idea of staying indoors, avoiding the heat because it's so humid and muggy and crappy out there, finding parking, all that stuff. But I can see fireworks from my neighbors shoot out there and in the distance too. And it was interesting, but we watched Stranger Things for sure. So hopefully you had a good 4th of July, Independence Day on there too. And it's hilarious when people are like, it's not 4th of July. The holiday is Independence Day. And you're like, it's the same thing, bro. If you're going to really complain about that, get out of here. Joey the Gator, Q&A, what do you think of Sherry not wanting to be found by Dwight? She doesn't want him to die finding her. That's what I think we get out of it too. I'm thinking that Sherry doesn't want Dwight to injure himself or get killed finding her or looking for her. Well, here you go, Sherry. Go look for him. Go do something that makes him find you. Help him. Do something great. Do something better for it. Don't leave these little notes and these little things and be like, oh, we like the one line. It was a note that said one line on it. East on or west on 60 or whatever. Like, what? What are you talking about? Really? That's the only note you can come up with? Come on. But Protected Line, haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Good to see all you guys. Thank you for joining me today. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. I don't know what was going on with that for 7/7, July 7th. But Protected Line Q&A with the Walking Dead comic. So comic question, spoiler warning for the comic stuff on there too. It's interesting. Now, are you going to strike whilst the iron is hot with your comic idea? Well, I thought about that. I thought like, yeah, let's jump on the thing now for it. My books are, they've been sold since April 2017. So they've been around for over 2 years now. So not all of them, they come out every couple of months. But ultimately, I want to do something with it to get to the masses because I feel like the story is good. It's a great zombie apocalypse story building for that universe of it. I just don't know if a comic is the right way to do it on there too because people are going to say, you're biting off The Walking Dead. You're a Walking Dead stealer. You're stealing from The Walking Dead. Comic zombies, zombie comics. What are you doing? You think you're Robert Kirkman? No, I definitely do not because I would write things a heck of a lot different than that. But I think that my book series is going to be the way we're doing it right now. I might do a book of illustrations of the area, the environment on there too. I might do like a 20, 30 page book on it with some illustrations of some of the characters, some big moments, some big things for that. I think that would be pretty awesome. But that's down the road for sure. So, James Q&A, why did Daryl not have a gun while fighting Beta? Well, he has the 2 knives and his crossbow is what he's used for the entire time, and people haven't really had knives for it. Have had guns. They've been using more knives for that over the 6 years from that too. So, Kevin Leo, what would you do in a zombie apocalypse? I would read my zombie apocalypse book series, Fight for Us. That's what I would do in a zombie apocalypse, and that's what the book is all about. Big Sexy, do a YouTube series. That's pretty cool. I wouldn't mind doing that, having a thing on here, maybe specific for Patreon members and this there too for some extended content, forward extra stuff on there as well. But yeah, that's a good idea. That's down the road. But again, I want to do this full time and I just don't have enough time, energy, effort, money, income to do it right now too. And down the road, I would love to do it for sure. Renee H, Mrs. Anna Dixon, do you think she's going? Do you think she's with a bad group? There is good reason for her weirdness. That's a good question on there too. But I got to put this out here. Disclaimer, guys. Hopefully you guys have checked out the shirts. If you go down to the here in the description, it says PT shirt link, custom ink on there too. It takes you to the shirts. We've only sold a couple right now, but we need 20 to sell for it to print. and I need, basically 15 more to sell for it to print. And I want people to get the shirts. I'm going to buy a shirt. My wife's going to buy a shirt. So we'll do some things there too as well. But if you can, guys, they're $15. We need 20 to sell. We have a goal of 50 that ends July 17th, 2019. So we have 10 days to get there, and then it ships. So the shipping and handling is $4.99. If you buy 2 shirts, the second shirt is $1.99 for that. But they're $15, $4.99 shipping, so they're $19.99 for that, and maybe a little tax on there too. So if you can, guys, please pick up a shirt. It'll help us generate some more revenue coming back to the channel, and you get a shirt out of it. I'm really excited about it. It's definitely something that means a lot to me as well for that. And then if we get more stuff coming in, then we can do it. So it's a call of action of all my PT peeps. If you can do it, I'm not expecting everybody to do it, but right now we got 61 people in here, and if half of the people bought a shirt, I know Renee and a couple other people have. Thank you. I truly appreciate it, Renee and everybody. I definitely appreciate that. If you can share it, like it, send it to other people, that'll help out as well too. But if we got 30 people to buy a shirt, each bought a shirt in here, we would definitely go over and we would be good, and then we can continue on for those things, and we can do more stuff. I can do a web series. I can do more illustration stuff. I can do more stories. I can do more things like that too. And it's just a t-shirt. It's not like we're getting all $15 directly to us. We get a small percentage of it, but it's something that you can get out of it for it too. So I'm excited to share it with you guys and to do more of those things down the road. And just had to plug that in there too. So Fear the Walking Dead Season 5, Episode 6 tonight, titled The Little Prince. The Walking Dead Season 10, I'm not sure if they were off for Thursday and Friday for the holiday, 4th of July, but I would assume so, right? They're probably going to film, let's see what we got. So we have another week. What do we got here? So we got next week, and then it's Comic-Con week. They might film Monday the 15th. They're probably going to film the 8th through the 12th, and then maybe the 15th, and then they're probably going to go to Comic-Con that Wednesday. Their panel is the 19th, July 19th at 1 o'clock West Coast time. So East Coast time, it's 4 o'clock. So we're 3 hours ahead of them on the East Coast compared to West Coast. So 1 to 2. So between 4 to 5 o'clock, we'll be having the panel from San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not going to be there, so I won't be able to record the panel, but hopefully somebody will live stream it or have it going on there as well. But the big thing is that the trailer will probably be sent on or picked up on YouTube and uploaded to YouTube. So I don't know if it gets uploaded right away. If it does, that's awesome. Hopefully it does around the 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, maybe 4:30ish, but definitely around the 5 o'clock thing as well too. So I'm excited to see the trailer. I don't know if the filming is going to be for the first 5-6 episodes, because previously it was. They filmed in order. It was 1 through 6. They filmed the first 6 episodes. I'm hearing that it could be different. It could be the first couple episodes, and then they film a back half episode and a here episode and a there episode. Or maybe they're just saying that to throw people off, and they actually are filming it in order. So either way, I do think the trailer will be a good, significant trailer. They usually do about a 6-minute trailer at least. I would love maybe a 7-8 minute trailer if they can, but I would assume it's probably 5-6 minutes. Maybe it is a smaller one for the Comic-Con vibe, and then we get another one before it, but I want to know of the date more than anything too, besides the trailer, to see the Whisperer War, maybe this, Alexandria, Hilltop, who we're going to see, and what. But I'm hoping that we have some good information coming out of San Diego Comic-Con for The Walking Dead. Fear the Walking Dead, the Rick Grimes movies, even a little spin-off talk. I'm hoping they talk about it a little bit too. So I'm hoping that they do. Yeah, I would love a 10-minute trailer too. The more, the better. But I don't know. And I find it interesting that Robert Kirkman ended his comic on, this past Wednesday. Right before San Diego Comic-Con, basically, because it comes out the first Wednesday of the month, and this was the first Wednesday of the month of July, which is San Diego Comic-Con. So you're like, man, did he do that on purpose? Did he do it to talk about it? Did he do it to plug it? Is he trolling us? Is he doing it as he have a rhyme or reason? I'm excited to see what happens, how it goes down too. So, Protected Lion. I've worked in Antarctica for 2 months. My crew all watched your vids from there, and you gained a few subscribers from our scientists. Definitely the first YouTuber to broadcast there. I appreciate it, Protected Lion. Antarctica. Wow. That is amazing on there, too. So, man, we're going international. We're going to Antarctica. Pretty cool stuff. That's pretty cool as well. So, James, will the cars be used again in the Whisperer War? I don't know. I don't really know how we're going to have cars, really, because gasoline. How would you get around? We can have electric cars, but how could you charge them, right? So I don't know. I don't know what the future holds for that because it's been so long in the history of the zombie apocalypse for them too. So I don't know as well. So Pantera 1959, did they actually win? Are you just saying they're going to beat the Netherlands, or did they already win? Because I don't think it was on already. I think it goes on at 3 o'clock here too. So maybe they already played it and we didn't know it, and it was already already recorded because it's in France, and I don't know when they actually played. But I hope they win. I hope the United States women win. I think that's pretty awesome too. So I appreciate everything other too. So they won 2-0. Great. So yeah, but I think that so I guess spoiler warning, the United States already won, and they are champions again. We are the champions. And I like women's national team. I think they get a bad rap in certain aspects too. So I think that they're pretty awesome, and I'm glad that they won. So I'm glad that they are champions, and they do pretty awesome. That last game against England, whew, man, I was a nail biter. I was watching that at work. I was like, man, that was crazy. So, sorry, Boyd, you asked a question and it jumped around. People asked something here. Sorry. Oh, you took it back, Boyd. You asked a question, I thought, about Strand and Charlie. Victor, Charlie, Tango, Roger. Joey the Gator, Q&A, what do you think of John lies to Dwight about the note he found in this news episode tonight? And do you think John might die next week because there's only 2 episodes left of this episode? Well, I don't think John dies next week. I think John goes into the second half, but I just have a feeling that John's going to die. And I feel like the Dwight angle, the Sherry angle, the June-John connecting situation, and we haven't lost anybody. Since these new people have come around, who have we lost? Jimbo? Jimbo's Beerbos? That's really not a big loss, in my opinion. We're not going to lose Morgan. We're not going to lose Alicia. We're not going to lose Dwight. We're not going to lose Strand, most likely. Daniel's going to come and go. But I just feel like we got to lose somebody big. And the big death is kind of be potentially John, I think. And I think that him lying to Dwight is not a good angle. It's never a good angle when you keep a secret in the zombie apocalypse. It's never a good idea to keep something from someone who's putting all their effort, energy into it. So if and when Dwight finds out about the note and that John lied, you think Dwight's going to be like, oh, I understand, bro. I understand that you were trying to help me out and I was on the edge and you saved me from that. No, he's going to be pissed. And maybe he fights John, and maybe he takes him out. But how could we like Dwight if he takes out John, right? That would nobody wants to see that, too. And we're supposed to like Dwight. We're supposed to feel for Dwight, and we're supposed to do this. But I like John. I think John is one of the best new characters. I like Daniel, and I like John are my favorite characters on Fear the Walking Dead. And we'll see. And I haven't heard much news about John filming in the second half of Season 5. And I got a video coming out in this upcoming week that I want to talk about that a little bit, too. Potentially about it, too. So, Christy asked the question, why? Why should we lose someone big? If we don't have to fear someone losing these people, it's just going to be like, I'm just mundane, going through the things, going through it here, going through it there too. And I feel like I don't want John to go, but I just feel like something's going to happen like that too. Mix it up a little bit too. So I think that I don't want John to go at all, but I just don't have good feelings about it. And why should we lose someone? Because big stuff has to happen for the story. And I just feel like that's a good thing to draw people in, but it won't draw people in. It'll backfire because some of the things they've had to do, look at Season 4, just had to do it because some people wanted to leave the show and whatnot. But I just feel like something's got to happen. Boyd, there you go. Q&A. Strand and Charlie will be pretty high up in that balloon. Do you think one of them will spot that deserted mall that is supposedly coming up? I hope so. I don't know how they're going to get there, but I'm excited to see that. I think the zombie apocalypse should have several things in it, but one of them is an aspect with a mall or a bulk food store, supermarket, some kind of hardware store, some kind of thing with survival on there too. And to go to a mall is something that needs to happen. It takes me back to, Dawn of the Dead. And that was really kind of one of the zombie movies that I really remember early on and watching it. And it just takes me back to that too. And I just like that aspect of, having that because they got food, they got shelter, they got security, they can lock the doors, they can have, exactly, the big spot. Xmas Girl or something like that too. And I just think that's what could happen. And it makes sense too. So people are asking a bunch of questions on there too. But thank you guys for joining me today, July 7th, 2019. Hopefully the audio and the video is okay. Mike 007, where's your question at? He wants me to look at his question. What if someone found fireworks to celebrate the 4th of July in The Walking Dead? Well, they had the aspect at Terminus. They were using fireworks there to direct the walkers. So, yeah, they had the angle like that as well. I think that's a good idea to have redirections and have them attract the walkers because I think sound is one of the bigger aspects that they would rely on too. I think in my zombie apocalypse, sound and smell is going to be more involved than anything than in that world. So, John Graham, hi, Brian. How many years in the apocalypse are we at in The Walking Dead? Fear, love your channel, man. Thank you, John. Thank you for the kind words. That's a good question. Fear the Walking Dead was before The Walking Dead. So I'm not sure exactly what it is. There was a word, theory, rumor, speculation that the dam, when it blew up in season 3, the end of season 3, the dam, the last episode of season 3, episode 16, is the same timeline as the CDC explosion. So I don't know if that's true or not, or a rumor or just speculation, but I like that. I like that idea because it gives you some context of the time. So if the dam blew up in season 3, episode 16, and the CDC is the same day explosion, we're kind of along that timeline too. But then Morgan left The Walking Dead and met up with them. So they're around the same timeline of that too. So I don't know exactly how many days and how many years it's been, but I know that The Walking Dead was 6 years in season 9, episode 5, then we met them. And then it was a year and a half, so 7.5 years. And I think it was like 3 years or so then. So we're talking about 10 years into the zombie apocalypse too. So I'm not sure if that's about right. So maybe it's 9-10 years into the zombie apocalypse there. And, it's not been, we didn't have that major time jump of 6 years of on Fear the Walking Dead yet, but I would assume it's going to happen on there too. So, Caleb Forever at PT Channel, have you seen episode 7 yet? Well, we're not on episode 7, we're on episode 6. That came out yesterday, and I'm going to watch it later today, and then I'll have my review of it. And I'm not trying to hate on the show, guys. Hopefully you know that, and hopefully you understand that too. But people say I'm nitpicking and I'm critical and I'm this. I'm just being real. And when I read something and I see pictures and I see things, I'm like, man, that is kind of cheesy. And I'm not a big fan of The Walking Dead. To me, was kind of like a realistic approach. And as much as it could be, right? I mean, it's a fictional thing of a zombie apocalypse, but there are certain things that you can have just realistic. There has to be continuity of the story. Certain things have to make sense, and certain things need to be realistic for the story to buy in, right? So if you have that, you should die if you don't have enough water. A gun only has so many bullets. A zombie bite means you're infected and you're going to die. But Fear the Walking Dead is just a little too much all over the place. And all of a sudden it's like, zombie kill of the week. Well, that's from Zombieland, but it's like, Walker kill of the week. Yeah, right? But like, who cares? Who cares what kind of Walker Dead kill of the week is? Because you're just trying to stay alive. And maybe you get to the point where it's so easy, and maybe it's done so easy to do that you're having a little fun with it, or maybe there's a group that does little things like that and they try to have that, kind of like Sarah and Wendell did, where they were like, yeah, 10 points. They were keeping track of how they killed zombies and walkers. And you're like, man, I don't know if that's kind of a thing, but this show kind of has done a little crazy things for it. And I'm not trying to hate on the show by any means, but I'm kind of liking The Walking Dead because of the realistic kind of aspect to it. And this is kind of a little comical over the top there. And I like that stuff too. But what are you trying to be? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it crazy? Is it cheesy? Is it campy? Is it realistic? What is it? The identity to me is just something that's all over the place too. James Q&A, what do you think Walking Dead would be like if they had smartphones and modern computers? I don't know, because what would a smartphone actually do for you? You're going to call somebody up? Or are you going to text somebody and when someone doesn't reply? Because that's what people do nowadays. They don't really answer their phone and they don't reply to you on there too. You're like, I'm waiting at the drop zone. 6 hours later, you're like, still waiting here, right? Just kind of interesting too. So what you got here? Girl with No Name Spooner, great name. And where exactly is this season going in terms of story? I don't know. That's part of the problem I see too. It's kind of great too. I'm liking the idea of it going in a way that connects with the movies, with the Rick Grimes movies, CRM. I hope they just open up a community, make a community, have farmland, do something, make it secure, and go out and bring people back and do something there. I would like to see that rather than it be just go out and find people. And we're here to save people. We're here to rescue people. We're here to save you. Well, are you though? You can't even take care of yourselves, let alone rescue people, in my opinion, too. And Morgan's all about saving everybody. What if you save the wrong people? What if you bring back the wrong people? Like Charlie kind of was, right? Boyd Crowder, Q&A, do you think the other soldier dressed in black that Isabel warned Althea about is going to turn out to be someone we've seen before? I don't think so. That was the Bennett. Was his name Bennett? Yeah, I think it was. That she burned. I don't think so. I don't know if that was something to connect that way, even though I would like a connecting point, but I'm not sure what they want to do with that. Jackie, keep it real, Bri, Q&A. Do you think Daniel is connected to CRM? Any ideas to his future storyline, or how we'll circle back to both storylines? Great channel. Thank you, Jackie. I appreciate it. I don't know if Daniel is connected with CRM. I would like him to be connected with Abraham and Eugene and Rosita at some point on there too, but I don't know if we'll see that this season. I would love to see a little miniseries or a small, movie kind of thing about that. But I hope Daniel comes back. And where was he going though? Like, Abraham is not in Texas. He's gone, actually, in the world of The Walking Dead right now. Because if Morgan is there with them, he's not there. They already had the Negan lineup and everything there, too. So I hope that Daniel goes somewhere and gets something and comes back. But he'll come back. He'll come back to the compound. I don't know why everyone's flying around and trying to do this and trying to do that and try to fix airplanes and try to do, it's just, I don't know. I don't know where the story is going. It's just a little hodgepodge of shh. But, the girl with No Name Spooner, I got to show this. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. Yep. Joey the Gator, who do you think will die in the mid-season finale? There hasn't been a death in season 5 at all yet, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's John. I don't know. Luciana is injured, so I don't know if they're going to kill her off like that. But I think we have to lose somebody, right? And if you check the pictures on Instagram and stuff, again, I'm going to have a whole video about it, my hypothesis of things for the future of Fear the Walking Dead. But I think June is okay. I think Morgan is okay. Alicia. I think Dwight, I think they make it to the end of the season. So I don't think any of those major characters like that. So we'll see where it's going on there as well. But I'm excited for it. Protected Lion. Brad, do a Fight for Us live chat soon. Maybe in the mid-season, people will definitely get involved. I don't think you talk about it enough, and it's such an achievement. Well, great. Thank you, Protected Line. I truly appreciate that. I don't like to talk about it too much because people are here for The Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead universe mostly. But my Fight for Us live stream is definitely going to happen. I'm going to do a Fight for Us live stream because the 7th is the 6th, then episode 7 is July 14th, and then the episode 8 is July 21st. And then Fear the Walking Dead is on break from the 28th and the 4th, and it comes back the 11th. So the 28th or the 4th, I'll do a live stream of that in there too for Fight For Us. So the 28th or the 4th, hopefully you guys can be there for it. So I'll make a note of it. When I decide, I'll let you know in a video on there too. So I'll definitely have a Fight For Us live stream coming up, either July 28th or August 4th. Sorry, I'm losing track of the days and the months on here too. It's been a crazy month on there as well too. So I'm excited for it. It's great there. What you got here? We got Janet in the house. I got to ask Janet, have you checked out Animal Kingdom? I got to ask you every Sunday until you know. Let me know. Animal Kingdom is really good. It's definitely a great season so far. I think it's season 4 that's coming on right now. The first 3 seasons are great. That'd be pretty awesome too. So Joey the Gator, do you think Samantha Morton might be a surprise guest in Comic-Con? I don't think we're going to get a surprise guest. If it's going to be anybody who's going to be a surprise guest, it's going to be Andrew Lincoln. You have to have so many lists, so many seats, so many people, so many guest passes, so many credentialed people that go there, to fly there, to be there, to have it. Samantha Morton's wasn't on the list, which is crazy. But Ryan Hurst is, beta. And I don't know if Samantha Morton wants to go to the convention, doesn't want to go to the convention, if she's going to go back to her hometown or her house in Europe. I don't know if she doesn't want to go or not. But I would love to have her be there. I'm glad that Kaylee Fleming is going there. That's Judith. And Denai Guerrera and Norman Reedus and Melissa McBride. And I don't know why Kari Payton's not going to be there. Ezekiel. Why Cooper's not going to be there. Jerry. Why Ross Marquand's not going to be there. Aaron. But we have Magnus Group. So I don't know if it makes sense. If it builds anything for it or not. If it's one of those things that does it cue us into anything? Maybe, maybe not. But I just think you can only have so many people there for a reason. I know we'll get the Negan question. Is he going to be good because Judith is there? Did Judith make him this type of character? Obviously. Negan is going to be a reformed individual. He's going to have his redemption arc, especially with Judith going forward. And they're going to talk about this. But I'm excited to see that panel in 12 days, July 19th. That's for sure. I'm excited for season 10, guys, and I'm not just saying that. I'm real. I'm not fake. I tell you how it is, how I feel, how I don't. If I like something, I don't like something. And some people like that. They respect that, and some people hate it. But YouTube is a bunch of fakers, a bunch of phonies, a bunch of like, I'm going to do a reaction video. It's like, oh, my God, Morgan, like, relax, calm down. I don't watch it. I don't watch the episodes, and I'm like, oh, my gosh, what's he doing? And record myself doing it. Like, who does that? Who does reaction videos like that? People, but that's just not me. I'm not trying to have people be like, dramatic, come on now, radioactive walkers, Not going to do that stuff. That's just not me. But I'm a real person. I like what I like. I don't like what I like, and I tell you how it is on there too. So I'm excited for Fear the Walking Dead the rest of the season. I'm going to watch tonight's episode. And I just hope it's better than it sounds. I said that in the video that I had about the spoiler information. So I talk about it where it's real. It doesn't sound very good. People didn't really like the episode. People are saying it's the worst episode so far. So that's not good. I'm not liking that. So we'll see. Tonight will be the episode that is going to be episode 6. And then we have 7. And then we have 8. Excuse me. And then we'll be there going forward. Then we'll have a break. And I'm excited for it too. So Mike 007, he always lets me know when you have a question. Let me see. Do you think that they should start making bullets and arrows in The Walking Dead? Yes, yes, and yes. I think that Eugene will make more bullets in season 10. And they will use that to take down the Whispers and the Walkers on there for sure. It's going to be necessary. It's part of the comic story arc. And it makes sense for sure. Joey the Gator asked a lot of questions too. Do you think we'll get any news about the Rick Grimes movies about the date it comes out next year at Comic-Con? I don't know if we'll get a date. We might get a year. We might get a month. We might get a certain time. We might get this. Hopefully we get some information. Hopefully Scott Gimple does tell us something, but he might be like, I don't know. You got to stay tuned because we were supposed to get information per Skybound or somebody that information is coming sooner rather than later about the Rick Grimes movies, right, Xmas Girl? I don't know if it's coming at Comic-Con. I think that's the great time to do it. Why not, right? People are going to be there. They're going to be in Hall H. It's going to be very, very good. So I think it's going to be great if they tell us some information, right? I think it's going to be very interesting, and it should be. I want to know about the spinoff. I want to know about the Rick Grimes movies. I want to know about Fear the Walking Dead, if we're getting another season. The Walking Dead, what's their plan going forward? Season 10, 11, 12. We'll see. So, Michael, do you think Gage will get Carol's story arc? I think Gage is going to be, my theory was that he's going to get Father Gabriel, the story of that. He's going to go up to the water tower and he's going to freak out and he's going to get taken out by Beta, is my theory for Gage. And I hope that happens with him or another person. So I don't know. So, girl with no name Spooner Q&A. Could the kids be involved with The Walking Dead in the story where Daryl and Michonne got the scars? I hope not. Well, they're in Texas. Fear the Walking Dead is in Texas. The Jocelyn kids, they were in Virginia. So that's really not the same thing. I hope we get to see Winnie again. That's kind of a loose end. And you know what happens with loose ends? They make our itch. But we'll see what happens. And I said blank itch on there too. So I know some people watch the videos with closed captioning. And I know closed captioning gets a lot of words that I say wrong. I don't know if it can pick up the dialect. So we'll see what happens. But Kang Era Daryl, where you at? Q&A, you think the show will end with the comic material like season 12 or so? I think it's 12 seasons. So, excuse me, my nose is getting me a little bit here. Season 12 makes a good fit ending point. We're coming up on season 10, and we're right about issue 143 right now in season 10. And if we have 50 issues left, so if you got issue 143 to issue 193, I think that there's 50 issues left. And if you get 16 episodes per season, that's only going to be about 3 seasons left, which is 10, 11, and 12. So that's 3 seasons left. Fits the mold. I think it makes sense for that. We're going to have comic twists, and it's going to make sense for the show to be the show and the comic to be the comic, and we're going to have the Rick Grimes movies be some of the story that we've never seen before, and Fear the Walking Dead, and some spinoffs there too. So we'll see what happens for that going forward. But I don't know if it's going to make sense to continue the story on for too long. Because, sorry, I don't know what's on my nose. But I think that the idea is going to happen that the show is going to be as long as it can, for as long as it can, and I just hope it makes sense. Season 10 should be great. I think it makes sense for the show to have 3 more seasons and then to be gone. You can't stretch it out too long. You can't stretch it out over the top where it's like, okay, we got this, we got that, and it's going to be so much. Because The Walking Dead is a great show, but so was Breaking Bad, so was Mad Men, so was House, so were a lot of great shows, Sopranos. And if you got Sopranos, that's like 5-6 seasons, Breaking Bad, 5-6 seasons. And that's usually the tale. We might get double that. If we get 12 seasons of The Walking Dead, we should consider ourselves very, very lucky too. So Xmas Girl 304 Q&A, did you notice the X in the new clip art for season 10? I definitely did. And I don't know if that's a connecting point with the X and Daryl and Michonne, because it was. The X came, that it was a big thing for it, that season 10 could be a continuation of that with Winnie. That'd be great. Jocelyn's gone and those kids are gone, but I don't know what's going to happen there too. So, yeah, my name is Brian, not Brain. Thanks, King Air Daryl, that's for sure. Learn how to spell. But what you got going for the rest of the series should be interesting if it connects in a way. Fear the Walking Dead, hopefully it gets your act together. Hopefully it gets its life together. Hopefully it gets a story together. Hopefully it connects where it wants to be. I think that it should be an interesting thing for it. Thank you, Janet. I try. I'm not a rude individual. It don't start nothing. It won't be nothing. Don't, say anything that's controversial in there too. And I don't have a problem with other channels and other material like that because I just like to be a part of the community in The Walking Dead for it as well. I like to have a big thing for the idea of the story going forward, but I like the idea of it being, just entertaining, and hopefully it continues on for a while on there as well too. So what do we got here? I'm going to do a couple more questions, probably go a couple more minutes, and then I'll be done. Mike, do you think that at the last season of The Walking Dead, they will find a cure? I don't think they're going to do the cure aspect, that's for sure. Joey the Gator, if you get another season, what's the storyline going to be for Fear? Because season 5 so far has been just messing around. Well, I don't know. Sherry could be a big thing. Community, I think community is a big thing. I really think that they should really start a community. And if Sherry is with another group of people, that could be a good thing and a bad thing. The show, in my opinion, needs a major, major villain. It needs a thing to connect the dots to go against Morgan and the ideology that we can save you. What if we don't need your help, Morgan? We don't need you. We don't buy into the Morgan story. Get out of here. What if Morgan's views are put down? I think it makes sense that he should have a rude awakening sometime too. The Morgan ideology can kind of be annoying. It's just one of those things that I'm like, man, Morgan, I just don't buy into your story. I don't buy into your life. I would not want to hang out with you and be around you in a zombie apocalypse because you're going to be like, oh, life is precious and all that too. Well, it's definitely not. And Morgan needs to see that too. Morgan, you never met the governor, did you? Haven't met Negan yet, did you? But you want to save everybody. Cool. That would be cool, Boyd, if Sherry was staying at the mall. I hope there is a big payoff with Sherry. That's for sure. I think that makes sense too. So I think that makes sense to go forward with Fear the Walking Dead Season 6. I hope we get one more season of Fear and then it's done. We get a couple spin-off seasons of the third spin-off. That would be like a couple seasons of that. If it's good, if it's entertaining. If it's not, then get rid of that. The Walking Dead, 10, 11, 12 seasons, 3 Rick Grimes movies, and we'd be good, right? Good. But I think that should be interesting too. So there you go, guys. I'm going to talk about my shirts one more time. If you can, go in the description of this video. Scroll down. It says PT shirt link, custom ink, $15 plus $4.99 shipping. So the shirts are $19.99. Come direct to you. We need to sell 15 more shirts. Then it'll print because there's a minimum print campaign of it. I hope that you can pick up a shirt or two, or tell your friends, tell your family, or buy a shirt for a loved one or someone. They got different sizes from extra small to double XL or something. I don't know. It ranges from a lot of different shirt sizes. The shirt money, that is a percentage of it. We don't get all $15. Custom Ink gets a percentage of it. We'll come back to the channel so I can make more content. Continue with the book series. Have, an art book, illustration book of the big events, because a comic is interesting, but that's a lot of money. If I have one book that can cost, illustrations of it, big events, different communities, big things happening, and, villains, what they actually look like, a little more explanation, a little more there too, I think that'd be pretty awesome too. So I think that, Renee, thank you. You're a rock star, Renee. You got 2 shirts. I appreciate it too. So I'm hoping that everyone can get a shirt. Like you said, we had, 60, 70 people in here. If half the people in here could buy a shirt, we'd sell 30 shirts. We'd be good. Continue on. And you get a cool shirt out of it too. The shirt I've had 2 different shirt campaigns. The shirts are in still really good order. We've had them for years now. My wife wears hers all the time when she's working out. I wear it all the time too. And it's kind of cool because the lettering kind of cracks a little bit with washing, and it just helps the letters, and it looks really good for like a decay effect. So it's pretty cool as well. So pick up a shirt, hit the link there, PT shirt link in the description of this video and every videos. And it's a fundraiser for the channel, guys. I don't want you to donate for nothing, but you get something out of it. And I think that's a cool thing that can help us out for a long time and get us going there too. So I'm hoping that the Fear the Walking Dead tonight is good. I didn't like that the comic ended, Girl with No Name Spooner, but I didn't mind the ending. I didn't mind how it ended. I thought it was actually a good comic, a good story, a good thing for it. And the story was good. It just kind of sucks that it's the last issue on there too. So I want to do some reviews of Animal Kingdom. I definitely want people to watch it. It's definitely a really good thing. So get that for sure. And definitely Joey the Gator. I just want people to get something out of the channel to do it. You ask a lot of questions, so why don't you support the channel a little bit? You know, that'd be awesome for sure too. So Jackie's going to buy a shirt. I appreciate it. That's awesome. That's a great thing too. And, you know, the money comes back to the channel for us to continue what we do and go for a long time. So she has just a thought. What if Sherry is with CRM and the other states that Dwight followed her from are part of that group's base camps? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know if Sherry's going to be connected with CRM or if she's going to be connected with her own part. Is Sherry going to stay on the show? Is Sherry going to stay on the idea of she's going to connect next season? I don't know if they want to do that with CRM and Sherry and Dwight going there too, because if you know the comics, you know that if Dwight goes to the Commonwealth storyline, it's interesting too. So that'd be interesting there as well too. So yeah, Mike, ask your parents. Don't try to buy something if you can't. If you can, that'd be pretty cool to support the channel. Maybe you can sell it and be like, yeah, it supports the channel and supports an awesome YouTube channel like this. So thank you guys for appreciate it. James, can you make a death predictions video for Walking Dead Season 10, please? That would be great. I definitely will when we get a little more information, but my early ones have been Ezekiel, Rosita, and Gage and a couple people like that too. So I have my different iconic deaths for it, but I think that would be pretty awesome. So thank you guys. I'm going to end it there. Thank you guys for taking the time. July 7th, 2019. Live stream will be back. I'm going to try and do one next Sunday. My in-laws are coming into town, so I don't know if I'll have time for that, but I'm going to try to. Enjoy tonight's episode, Season 5, Episode 6, The Little Prince of Fear the Walking Dead. And remember, guys, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals. Believe in yourself. You can do it. It's about love, support, staying positive, making memories. Thank you, guys. I truly appreciate it. Please pick up a shirt. I know I've said it a bunch of times, but we're running out of time. You have 10 days left to pick up a shirt. We got to sell 15 more, and that'll help out a lot for the channel. Enjoy tonight's episode, and see ya.